What's up, everybody? This is Joe.
And this is Chrissy.
And welcome to The Married Life,
where we want to help you guys build stronger marriages, to create stronger families, to form stronger communities.
That's right. Guess who's back?
Oh, gosh.
You know, it's like Slim Shady. Guess who's back?
I know.
Back again. Chrissy's back. Tell a friend.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, share this on social media that
there you
we're
go.
back.
Boom, just like that.
I'm dancing if you're on the podcast.
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and watch Chrissy dance. So just let you guys know, we're going to hit on some quick hitters today, like some things that we've been just really thinking on the last 24 hours, you longer. For me, it's something I read last night I wanted to share. And then we're going to kind of share with all of our faithful listeners who aren't just like, hey, give me something right now to better my marriage. You want to know, hey, where's Joe been? Where's Chrissy been? 2020, what was that like for them?
Nobody knows.
No. We got lost in COVID.
Oh, gosh.
And then also what we've been working on.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that kind of stuff. So anyways, I just want to kick this off again. We don't want to waste your time. We always try to keep these to 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer. If it goes too much longer, we always break them into sections. We just got done doing a marriage conference with Pastor Mike and Pastor Julie from V1 Church. And we can't wait to be able to put that content up, and even taking that content and diving deeper into it. It was so good. I cannot wait.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was a blast. I can't wait for the next one. But so I'm reading this book right now. It's called Leading on Empty. I don't know if anyone out there has ever felt like you've been leading on empty.
Moms, where you at?
Right.
Leading on empty. It's
true. So anyways, even working from home now, I think I can see that so much more in you. Not that you're leading on empty, but yeah, it's like it's nonstop. It
is nonstop.
And I'm selfish. And just,
you said it.
Yeah. Us men, we need to admit that we're selfish. Like literally when I'm in my home office now, that's where we're recording this now. I want to be like, hey, when I'm home, I'm at work, so don't talk to me. And it's like, that obviously doesn't happen.
How's that work talking to Vivi?
Yeah, it works great. She walked in on a Zoom call today. It was really exciting.
Did she have clothes on?
She did, luckily. But she did take one of my AirPods and put it in her ear. And she actually did really good just watching and talking. I was like, I'm going to unmute it. Chrissy, Vivi's got stuff to say. Everyone thought it was funny. They thought it was the cutest thing. Anyways. But no, it's true. Moms, you lead on empty a lot.
Yeah.
And I think even in marriage, we can lead on empty because it's like, and we've talked about before in love tanks, right?
Yeah.
Love, in case you've never done a love language test, do a love language test. It's so important to know your spouse's love language, what fills them, what fills you, how to fill them. Because again, if your love language is English and you're speaking Mandarin to them, obviously they're not getting filled. You know what I mean? They don't know what you're saying. So you want to make sure you're speaking the same love language, because if not, you start leading your home on empty. And somebody leading a home on empty, it doesn't just affect that one person. It affects the spouse. It affects the kids. It affects the legacy that we want to leave in our marriage. And so I'm going through this book with a friend, Leading on Empty. And one of these quotes, it just really stood out to me. It says, "What is the difference between obstacle and an opportunity? Our attitude toward it." I'm sorry, I got stuck. I'm like, what does that say? I'm gonna start over again. Okay. What is the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity? Our attitude toward it. Every opportunity has a difficulty, and every difficulty has an opportunity.
So good.
It's so good, and it's so true. Thinking again, where we are leading on empty and what we're feeling at in our lives. Because again, we can keep looking at the negative of things. We can keep looking. And so here's an example of literally something negative that happened to me today, and it's not even a big deal, but this is just where I'm trying to get my mind to go. So right now, it's winter in Indiana.
And everywhere, apparently.
I guess that's true. Especially...
I meant Texas is feeling the effects
cold.
That's not.
It's winter just in Indiana, but when you go to Illinois, it's summer over there. It's fantastic. Anyways, we got dumped on with snow, and all of a sudden now that was just a few days ago, and now it's jumping up to the high 30s, low 40s, and all that snow is going to melt. So I wanted to check that my sump pump's working. So I jumped in my crawl space. Sump pump's working. Bad news is my pipes are frozen, so none of the water's going out. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? So anyways, ran to Ace, got some flexible pipe or whatever, took a Sawzall, cut some of my PVC pipe, put that on there. But then when I got home with that, I didn't actually have, the guy at Ace who gets paid for this, he's like, this is all you should need. I'm like, cool. So I leave, come home, and I don't have another piece that I need. and I have 15 minutes before my Zoom meeting. And I'm thinking, if I don't do this, our crawl is going to start flooding, which again, it's not a basement, it's just a crawl space. So it is what it is. But in my mind, like, I need to get this done before. And so on my way back to Ace, I'm like frustrated, like I'm annoyed at the situation, but then I'm talking to myself saying, this is just an opportunity for me to learn right now.
Yeah.
For next time to piece everything together while I'm at Ace before I get home and try to do it and then realize I don't have it and have to run back.
Right.
And so it's like retraining your mind. Again, this is an opportunity for me to learn, because so many times I can get on the negative train, right?
Yeah.
We all can, especially when we are feeling such effects from everything that happened in 2020, when we're having issues with our marriage, when we're having issues with the kids, when you can't get alone, when you can't, when we look at it from a positive side, what are we learning right now? And again, even in 2020, we'll talk about this in future podcasts, but even what we were able to learn about each other and from each other and what it looks like for the future in our marriage, because there was no escaping each other in 2020.
Right.
You know?
You literally are stuck with each other.
Right. And so it's that opportunity to grow through this and get better. Another quote by Winston Churchill says, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And it's like, that's where I want to get. To be an optimist that sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And that's
so good.
It's so good. And I see like Pastor Mike, he really, from V1, go follow him on Facebook. He does a live at lunch.
Mike Signorelli.
Yep, Mike Signorelli. It's awesome message. Every single day he does a live at lunch. But whenever we talk with him and he talks about problems that V1 has, it's good problems. It's growth problems. It's, hey, we're doing things that other churches aren't doing problems. And because he has that optimistic, mentality.
Yep.
And even hearing that, I'm like, man, I need to start functioning in that. What does that look like for me? And how does my wife see me? Does she see me as a pessimist, or do I say I'm a realist, which is a realist is just a pessimist in disguise. And so, how do you see me? How does Kara see me, our 23-year-old?
Yeah.
How do my daughters see me? How do the people we lead at church see us?
Yeah.
That stuff matters because I want to be able to see a difficulty and see the opportunity in it.
Yeah.
And it's really retraining your mind.
Yeah.
So anyways, I guess that's what
No, and it just to tie it in with your marriage, like you are going to have
with my
problems.
Marriage?
Yeah, with your marriage. I want to talk to you today a little bit about all the things that are wrong with you. This is just an opportunity for me.
It's only a 20-minute podcast. We ain't got that much time.
But it just ties into your marriage. Like you need to see the opportunities in an argument or in a disagreement to learn more about your spouse, to learn a different perspective, because maybe the way that you have been doing it your whole life has been wrong, and maybe it's the harder way, and you need to look at it different. And I don't know, I was just tying it in.
Cool.
But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about, if you guys haven't been to our website yet, themarriedlife.org, we just have been putting so much content up there, and we want you guys to know that it's there for free for you guys. And so
it's also not up there. There's stuff obviously up there, but there's stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes. So every week, every Tuesday, Chrissy has a blog that goes up, and I know that's what you're about to hit on.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. So tomorrow the new one's going to come out, but I'm going to touch base on the two podcast. This is a podcast.
Yep.
I'm talking about a blog. The 2 blogs that I put up the last 2 weeks, and it's all the things that, not all the things, 5 things that your husband wants you to know. And so it's just kind of coming from my heart and a woman's perspective on what your husband wants you to know. And I actually did talk to you about it. I did run them by you. It's just not my woman's perspective.
Right.
And so the first thing was, go back and read it, guys. I feel like it could change a lot of your marriages if you just get these very simple things down. They're not easy to do, but they're very, very, very simple. There's no magic to a marriage, but if you consistently do the simple things, even when it isn't easy,
your marriage will be magic.
It'll be magical. Like a rainbow puking unicorn.
Oh my gosh.
My daughter loves unicorns. And so the first week that I put up the blog, it's really simple. Your husband needs respect and affirmation. He needs honor. He needs respect. And so, and he needs you to affirm him in those ways. And so it's just little things that you probably think throughout the whole day, like, oh man, I appreciated him doing that or this or that. Or
man, he looked good in those pants.
Right.
Wow, his muscles. Like, tell me about it. I go to the gym to show it off for you, and you're like, I don't care. But I want to know you care. But I want to know you care.
I know. So when I think it, I need to say it. And so it's just the little things throughout the day. And men are not complicated. They're not complicated like we are women.
We are not. We are simple creatures.
You really are. You simpleton. And
I'm a simple kind of man.
Are you done?
Yes, because I don't know any more of the song.
And so they're not complicated like we are. And I talk a little bit about it. So just go back and read that first blog. Just knowing how to honor and respect your husband in the daily. Because once you can build him up daily, when those fights come, when those disagreements come or whatever, you've already deposited so much into your husband that those small little, you haven't taken out the trash things or whatever that might build up, they're not going to be a big deal.
Yep.
Because you're constantly pouring into him every single day.
That's true.
Oh, that's all you got to say about it?
It's true.
It's just true.
It's real. What you said, that's right.
Yeah. And so, so read that one. And then my second one was about quality time. And I think as women, we naturally think, oh, I would love to do quality time with my husband. I try to do it all the time, and he doesn't want to do quality time. Well, he doesn't want to do your quality time all the time. I'm not saying he doesn't want to, but he doesn't want to spend hours at Target. Go take your girlfriend to Target. It'll be more fun anyways.
Yep.
I promise. He doesn't want to watch all the lovey-dovey movies, although he should every once in a while.
Every once in a while. Yep.
Valentine's Day, which that, again, was not a romantic movie. We watched Adrift.
Yeah.
It was under the romantic categories. Fail.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was a good
fantastic.
movie. Anyways. And so he wants to spend quality time with you on the things that he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, you love Notre Dame football.
Yep. Yes, I do.
I'm sure you've all heard it 100 million times.
You're going to hear it again.
And again.
Next year's the year.
He says it every year. Next year's the year. And so he wants you to watch the game with him. He wants you to go to a game with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not season tickets.
Yeah, especially right now.
Let's not do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. But he wants you to spend that quality time with him. And so let him choose. Let him pick something for your date nights or even pick it for him, knowing that he likes to do it. That's the kind of quality time. Because here's the thing. Probably when you guys were dating, you did all the things that he wanted to do anyways.
Yeah.
And that's why you got him.
Right.
Because he's like, oh my gosh, she is so much fun. She loves all the things that I love. No, that's not true. We just... we were in love.
Yeah.
And so you need to go back to that.
Yep.
You need to go back to loving the things that he loves.
And that is so, you're right on. So two things. Husbands, you know, if you're a husband, listen to this and your wife doesn't listen to it, share the blog with her because hearing it from a woman's perspective is really good.
Yeah.
Two, I mean, just to sum it up, your husband wants to be your friend.
Yep.
You know, like that's it. Like, so not 2020, 2019.
Last year doesn't count.
It
so
doesn't.
When we say last year, we just mean 2019.
Yeah, we're talking about the year you actually could live a life. So in 2019, somebody actually gifted us some tickets to the Notre Dame USC game, which was a bucket list for me.
The best day of your life.
Dude, and it wasn't just normal tickets. That was a trick
question. We got married. We had children. I mean, just kidding.
Okay. It's in the top 5. And it wasn't just normal tickets. They got us box seats, like to the new section. We walked in, we ate at like something downstairs. Then we took an elevator upstairs. There was more food, like all you could. It was crazy. It was amazing. And I say all that because I wanted to do that with you. Yeah. You know, like my brother's a big Notre Dame fan. Right. I have a lot of friends that are Notre Dame fans, but I wanted to do that with my wife.
Yeah.
And even though you're not as big a fan as whoever, my brother per se, but because you take the time, you watch the game with me, you go to spring practices with me, like you engage in it, even though it's not your favorite thing to do.
Right.
It makes me feel loved. It makes me feel like, again, that much more connected to you. And so, what you were saying is just spot on. I appreciate that about you.
Yeah. So those are just the first 2 things that I've talked about on the blog. So go check it out, themarriedlife.org. And then you've got some content up there too.
Yeah. So I have 2 blogs up there, 4 ways to act like men. I have part 1 and part 2. It really goes off of 1 Corinthians 16 that says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men. be strong, let all you do be done in love. And
That's
I
good.
take that verse and I talk about the 4 ways that us husbands can act like men. And I do know also that men don't just like to read.
Yeah.
So they're short blogs with a point at the end. Hey, here's 3 things to work on. And then also I'm working on a vlog and then a pretty much just for our YouTube channel that I'm going to take movie clips or TV series clips and have short teachings. I'm going to focus on 4 things. It's going to be on marriage. It's going to be on leadership. It's going to be on lust, and it's going to be on what was the other one? Spirituality.
Yeah.
And literally just cycle through those things and talk about it. Because as men, every man struggles with leadership. Am I leading good enough? Am I leading my wife good enough? My kids, how do I lead? What does that look like? Am I a dictator? Am I authoritarian? Do I say do this? And they say, jump, how high they say, run, how long, pee, how far, it's like.
Ew. You guys do that as boys, and that's disgusting.
And so anyways, like lust, like any guy that's out there. I remember one time somebody told me, like a pastor told me like he's never struggled with pornography, and I was talking to another pastor about this the other day. They're like, what? Like every guy has that problem, and you need to know who you can talk to about that and beat that problem. But so many times guys hide it from their spouses. They don't know who to talk to it with through it to understand like, hey, this is an issue that we need to bring, not bury deep, but bring to the surface so you can break free from that and not have those lust issues.
Yeah.
And then again on spirituality, because again,
We can all get better.
100%, all of this, like the reason that we have a strong marriage is because our strong faith.
Yeah.
And it's like husbands, how to lead your wives in that. And then what'd I say? Leadership, lust, and marriage, duh.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And just talking about that, what does it look like to be a husband? But making it fun. Like I have so many movie clips that I'm just like taking a section from a movie, playing that, and then just going off of it, trying to keep it short. So it's just like that impactful, hey guys, this is how you could lead better this week,
Yeah.
And like scenes from 300, when Leonidas is kicking the guy down the well, this is Sparta. And literally the teaching on that is that's how we need to protect our home. What are you letting in your home?
Yeah.
And so anyways, fun teachings like that, like from Taken, when what's his name?
Liam Neeson.
Thank you. Liam Neeson. He's telling the guy like his skill set. It's like, I will find you and I will kill you. And it's like, that needs to be our mindset as men for our families.
Yeah.
Like if anyone messes with my kids, I have a special set of skills and I will find you and I will kill you. And sorry, Kara, now all the single men are like, oh, I'm not talking to her.
Oh no.
But anyways, so I'm doing stuff like that. Chrissy's doing the blog because women, it's just women are readers more. And obviously we do the podcast every week.
Right.
Plus what we have up there is coaching. And we've been doing that and that's been going great. Where you can literally sign up and do coaching one-on-one with us if you feel like, oh man, Joe and Chrissy, they hit on this subject, but they've never talked about this. And this is what me and my wife are going through. Me and my husband are going through. We can set it up via Zoom, or Google, what's it called? Google Watch, Google Hangout. I don't know what it's called. Google Chat.
The Goog.
The Goog. Because Zoom kicks us off, but Google doesn't. So anyways, those are like, again, the things that we have been working on. And then also you can always go on the website and we have a donate button where you're like, I love the married life. I love the podcast. I love the content they put out, the blog, the videos. They've coached me and you can donate because we want to put this out for free.
Right.
We do the blog for free. We do podcasting for free, coaching for free. Nothing's charged. And because we believe that when we can truly pour into a marriage that feels like it is depleted, even if your finances are depleted, that shouldn't mean that your marriage suffers even more.
Right.
Just because you can't afford. So if you're thinking, I can't afford marriage coaching by Joe and Chrissy, I'm telling you, someone else that's listening right now is going to give towards this ministry so we can minister to you.
Yeah.
So don't think that you can't set up an appointment. We want to do that.
Yeah.
And what I think is awesome, Chrissy and I were on our way down to a friend's of his church down in Arkansas, Shannon Odell. And Cindy Odell, and on the drive down there, we were just thinking, and both separately and just kind of came out at the same time, how we can sow into other ministries. So 10% of everything that comes into the married life is actually, we're going to sow it into single moms ministry.
Yeah.
Because our goal is to help you fight for your marriage.
Right.
We want your marriage to succeed.
Yeah.
But we also know that there's husbands out there that have left. We know that there's men out there that never committed.
Yeah.
And so there's these women that are raising children, trying to pay the bills, trying to pay for the apartment, thinking thinking about schooling, thinking about daycare, all the things, the sitters, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And so we are taking 10% of everything that comes in, and we are partnering with an organization to be able to help them out because they never had the man in their life that they needed, you know? And so again, as you partner with us, you are doing ministry not only for married couples, but also for single moms and children.
Yeah, no, that's so good. And I just think that, you know, we appreciate any and all donations, and that's just our hearts to give away things for free because we know that the Lord will provide. So if he speaks to you and he wants you to give something, just go to our website, themarriedlife.org, and you can just hit the donate button. And we are thanking you in advance just for what you're doing and the married couples that you're pouring into and the single moms.
Yes.
And so we just thank you in advance for all
yes.
that.
And yeah, we can't thank you enough. You know, we've already had a friend of ours donate. As soon as the website went up, they donated, and we were able to text them and say, hey, this is where 10% of what just came in is going. And
so it's exciting.
Yes, it is exciting.
What else is new in your life, Joe?
We had a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had a baby.
You did?
Fancy that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was hard. All that carrying around for 10 months or 9 months and pushing and the pain and, you know, but I did it. Here I am.
I was so proud of you.
You can't even tell I had a baby 4 weeks ago.
Great.
Thank you.
You
Appreciate
really look
that.
great.
No, you had a baby. Baby Ellis, our first boy. So we have a 26-year-old Kara, 6-year-old
Kara
Gwen,
is 23. Calm down.
23-year-old. She acts like a 26. She's so mature.
She acts like she's 40.
Yeah, she does. 23-year-old Kara, 6-year-old Gwen.
There you go.
3-year-old Vivi, and 4-week-old Ellis.
Yep.
Yes. And so, he's
a COVID baby. We're a statistic.
And we are a statistic. And you know what? I don't even care.
I do.
Well, that's your problem.
No, he's so sweet. And we're just, the girls are in love with him. And he's sleeping right now. So.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do. And you know what? This podcast is going to be real. Sometimes you're going to be hearing a crying baby in the room.
Or a barking dog.
Yeah, you know, it's just life is life, you know. And
it really is. Welcome to our home.
Exactly. But yeah, so a baby. Now we were talking, I'm sure a lot of wives out there are talking to their husband about the snip. Chrissy's talked to me about that. And every time she does, I want to pass out. I just cannot handle that stuff.
Just pass out. I'll carry you and you'll just get it done.
So I'm saying if they put me under, put me down, put me somewhere.
Put you down. Oh my God. I guess it solves the problem.
Put me somewhere.
Oh my gosh. Help me, ladies.
Yeah. Help her. Talk to her about not letting me do that.
Shut up.
I've talked to too many guys with too many things.
Quit talking to them about it. Just do it.
They keep telling me about it.
If I talked to women about having a baby, I wouldn't have done it.
Well, you didn't want to have this baby anyway.
Would you stop it? I love him.
Yeah. Well, now you do. At first, so when Chrissy first got pregnant, it was a shock. Like, literally, I remember something was off. I was like, I think you should get a pregnancy test. I think you're pregnant. So she does. She walks out of the bathroom and she looks at me like just stone cold face and just hands me the pregnancy test. And I'm like, you're not going to do something cute? Like put a shirt on Vivi or, you know, I don't know, like pop a balloon. I don't know, you know? And she's like, no.
I'm not.
But it's because you were checked out. You're like, we have 3.
I was
we have 3
mentally
girls
done with children.
Yep. And I love being a girl dad. So I was too, but it's like, man, I told you last Christmas, I was like, man, I have baby fever. And what happens? You got me a dog. You're like, here's a boy. Like, here's your baby.
Here's your hairy baby.
And then hairy baby. And then during COVID, something else happened. So Anyways. So yeah, that's what life has been like right now for us. And then obviously everyone's been going through COVID stuff, and we'll have talks on that and everything. We're already past our 20-minute mark, so we're going to wrap this thing up right now. But yeah, so every Tuesday, Chrissy's blog will come out. Every Wednesday, our podcast will drop. Every Thursday, my blog will come out. And every Friday, my YouTube video for the men on leadership will come out. And so, and then we'll throw random stuff in there. When Chrissy has a thought on mothering, being a wife, something like that, we'll record something quick, throw it up on the podcast. So we'll have things that are going to be extra features that are going to be on the podcast, so you can always be looking. But for the most part, every Wednesday, sometimes a Monday will drop, a Motivation Monday, sometimes a Friday, whatever.
Yeah.
So but we're so grateful to be back. Thank you for all of our listeners who've asked us, who've messaged us on Instagram. Instagram, just so you know, it is themarriedlife.us. It's weird. I can't switch it to themarriedlife.org. And somebody who has never even posted in their life owns The Married Life.
Everybody go there and
what? I don't know.
Spam them.
Yeah, you can't even spam them. I tried.
Oh.
I've tried contacting Instagram. If anybody has a tip, hit me up at themarriedlife.us so I can try to get just The Married Life on Instagram. But anyways, yeah, shoot us a message, follow us on there. I was talking about something about Instagram. I don't remember what it was.
Go follow us.
Yeah, check it out. Go follow us. But anyways, thanks again for joining us. I was saying thank you to all of our listeners. Appreciate you guys very much. All the women, all the men, all the married couples. Again, because we exist, because we want to build stronger marriages, to create stronger families, to form stronger communities. You guys have a great day. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.